Hey everybody. This past weekend I did an education summit with Purple for Parents Indiana. And during the question and answer panel, the last question I got, or that we got, was from a person who asked, how do we keep parents engaged who've pulled their kids from public schools? And now parents are getting tired of fighting, and so those parents are just happy not to be able to fight. I want to share my answer that I told the summit. So I said, well, pulling your kids is great. If you can pull your children from public schools, fantastic, do it. I encourage parents to do it. But staying in the fight and pulling your kids are not mutually exclusive. Because even if you can protect your child or your children, what kind of world are you leaving them? What kind of community are you leaving them? You've seen how already activated kids behave. You can see the raving, mindless lunatics of these kids who, when they're indoctrinated with SEL and this die ideology, how they behave. So the question is, who is your child going to marry? Who is she going to hire? Who is going to hire him? Who's going to be his friends? Who's going to be her social circle? So the question really isn't, are you willing to fight, is how much inconvenience are you willing to tolerate? How much are you willing to give up to be able to protect your children? Because what you don't deal with today won't go away tomorrow. All you're doing is kicking the can down the road to your children. And so if you think it's hard to fight now, imagine how impossible it will be for your children and your grandchildren, especially if your children are white, or if they have beliefs counter to this cult of wokeism. They will be mental slaves. It won't matter how much money you leave them. It won't matter what kind of jobs they get. They will be mental slaves. You feel it now. You guys are afraid to stand up. So imagine how bad it will be by the time they become adults if you don't fight. And, we're not asking parents here to dodge bullets or to rush violent beaches here. We're simply saying, stand up for your children and don't let meaningless labels like bigots and racism and racist and all that nonsense stop you. All your ancestors have given up life and limb and torture to be able to be in America. All our ancestors at some point somewhere made that risk so that we can have this wonderful life in the United States. So you're saying that just some meaningless labels is going to stop you from protecting your kids? That's what's going to put us down these days? That's where we're at? So really, for me, there is no price too high to protect, my children and where the community of where my daughter's going to grow up, And so the question isn't, are you tired of fighting? Because we've all lost the luxury of being too tired to fight. Is how much are you willing to give up? How much inconvenience are you willing to tolerate? Dinner with friends, hobbies, Netflix, whatever. And only each parent have to answer that question. What's the price too high to pay for your children's mind and hearts? Because that's what we're talking about here. In Indiana, there's still a window. The window's closing, but it's just beginning here. So there's a window for you to fight. But that window closes really fast. In California, by the time we realized it was way too late. It was done and over with. And this is why the state's in the condition that it's in. So you guys, we all here in Indiana have that opportunity. So there is no tired. There is no let's wait and see. There is no wait and see. And so that's really the answer that I gave them in a nutshell. That is not mutually exclusive. You got to stay and fight. So I hope you guys are doing great. Continue to punch forward, punch hard, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.